So we're out here at Pato Vineyard. It's February 10th. It feels like it's later in spring than it is. It's still the winter time, but it was almost 80 degrees out here, and we haven't had rain yet in 2022. We did have, we've already well surpassed our rain from last year, just from the early storms in December. So, with this kind of weather out here, it's an early bud break area, and we're just looking at trying to get through and prune these vines before buds start pushing too much. Happy to see that here these vines at Pato are still all asleep from what we're seeing. So out in Contra Costa County, these vines are very big with a lot of vigor. Our spacing's 10 foot by 10 foot, so the vines have a lot of room to grow. And clearly this vine, we have easily 30 positions, 60 shoots or more on this vine. But as far as pruning goes, we prune it. The pruning is not too complicated. We're mainly just continuing the shape that we have and pruning to relative vigor. So this vine, as big as it is quite balanced. The shoots are all generally of like a moderate size, nothing too big, and then very few spindly small shoots. So this is a vine that we would, more or less leave how it is and prune all of these positions back to 2-bud spurs. So that's what we're gonna do. On these really long arms, during suckering in the spring, we'll try to leave positions a little further in towards the center of the vine, just because these are getting to the point where they're so long that we'll soon have to start bringing them back by using a position in the center and slowly cutting the arm back, just so that the arms actually don't break under the weight of the fruit. Normally on a vine like this, we're keeping the lower shoot on the spur, but it just depends on the location. Though the nice thing about big open gobelets like this is we have so much space to work with that the position of the spur is not as important as if it were confined to a trellis. So we can, let the vines choose the shoots that make the most sense. And in this case, by choosing the lower shoot, we're going to prevent these arms from continuing to expand too fast. In some cases, we'll keep the upper shoot just if there's a very big difference in vigor, especially in a drought year like this. We had positions sometimes where the upper shoot, because of apical dominance, was really strong, and then the lower shoot was really weak. And in those cases, we will go with the stronger shoot. We don't want to be leaving weak positions just to choose the lower shoot. So that's a long time to prune a single vine, but out here we only have 440 vines per acre, so there's not very many vines to prune, and we spend more time on each one. Yeah, ultimately we're hoping to be getting done with pruning in the next 2 weeks here, and ideally we won't see too much bud break until at least March.